Hello everyone. In this session, we will be discussing about the MOSFET biasing design. So let us begin with design number one. So we have to carefully read the statement. So it says that design a NMOS enhancement type DC biasing circuit to give the ID drain current of 0.25 milliamperes, VDSQ as 4 volt, and VRS is 1 volt. VRS is the voltage across the source resistor. Then the MOSFET parameters are Kn dash is given as 80 microampere per volt square. W by L is given as 4, and VTN, the threshold voltage, is given as 1.2 volt. Then also one more condition is given that the current in the bias resistors R1 and R2 should be approximately 20 microamperes. And the supply voltage VDD and VSS are plus phi and minus phi. And this is the circuit which is given over here. R1, R2, RD, RS values we have to determine. So let us start. So since they have given the value of VRS, VRS is nothing but RS into ID. So hence the value of RS will be VRS divided by ID, which will be 1 volt divided by 0.25 milliamperes, which will be equal to 4 kilo ohms. So we select a lower standard value for RS, which is around 3.9 kilo ohm quaterwatts. Next, we apply the KVL to the drain source loop. We get VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS plus VSS equal to 0. So that is what we have written over here. So we isolate the term IDRS on one side, rest all the terms on other side. So RD will be equal to, you plug in all the values. Okay, you will get RD equal to 20.1 kilo ohms. So we select the highest standard value for RD. So RD will be 22 kilo ohms standard value quaterwatts. Now we assume that the given device is working in the saturation region. So ID will be given by Kn dash VGS minus VTN the whole square. So ID, the Kn is in term given as Kn dash by 2 into W by L. Okay, so Kn dash value is given, W by L value is given, ID value is given, and VGS value, VTN value is also given. So substitute all the values, you will get the only unknown as VGS. So by solving, we get the VGS as 2.45 volt. Now, since the current through the bias resistor is 20 microamperes, we can say that R1 plus R2 is equal to VDD plus VSS divided by the current flowing through both the resistors, which is I of R1 plus R2, which is 20 microamperes. So 10 divided by 20 microamperes will give us 500 kilo ohms. That means indirectly they are saying that R1 plus R2 has to be equal to 500 kilo ohms. Next, we calculate the value of VG. Now I have redrawn the gate side circuit over here. So what will be VG? VG will be R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into VDD plus VSS minus VSS. Why minus VSS? Because the gate voltage is measured with respect to ground. And if we measure with respect to ground, we have to consider minus VSS also. So it will be, VG will be equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into 5 plus 5, VDD and VSS are 5, and minus 5 over here. So we get VG is equal to R2 into 10 divided by 500K minus 5. So next, this is the equation for VG. Next, what is VS given by? Let us go back to the circuit diagram. So VS will be given by IDRS minus VSS. Okay, so IDRS minus VSS, which is 5 volt. So you calculate the value of VS, which is coming out to be minus 4.025 volt. Now VGS will be equal to VG minus VS. VGS we have calculated as 2.45. Here it is 2.45. And the VS value is minus 4.025. And VG value is this equation, R2 into 10 divided by 500K minus 5. So if you rearrange the terms and you calculate it using a calculator, you will get R2 value as 171.25 kilo ohms. We select a lower standard value as 150 kilo ohms and quaterwatts. Next, R1 plus R2 is given as 500K. So R1 value will be 328 kilo ohms. We select a higher standard value for R1, which is around 330 kilo ohms standard value. So in this way, we have determined the value of R1, R2, and RD. So this is my design circuit. R1 value is considered to be 330 kilo ohms, R2 value 150, RD is 22 kilo ohms, and RS is coming out to be 3.9 kilo ohms. So in this way, we can complete the design. Now what we will do is, let us simulate this in LTSpice and check out the results. Okay, so let us begin. So I will open the LTSpice one window. Over here, I'll go to the library, pick a new NMOS transistor and place it onto the schematic over here. Now I'll require 4 resistors, one over here, one over here, one over here, and another over here. Okay, and now I have to join them with a wire quickly. Also, I'll require 2 voltage supplies here and here. So let me connect them quickly together. So here are my connections. Now the gate side connections I have to do. So I'll connect them that with a wire. And then next here, we have to connect it. Now remember, the ground terminal will not come here. It will come over here. Okay, let me connect the gate terminal also. So now the ground terminal will be taken from here. Common terminal from the 2 power supplies. So let me consider the ground. Yeah. So the circuit is ready. Now we have to label it. This is VDD and its value it's 5 volt. This is VSS. It's already connected. Negative terminal is connected to the RS and R2 resistors. Its value is also 5 volt. Then this is R1. Its value we will substitute the exact numbers, exact values. So exact value of R1 is coming out to be 328.75 kilo ohms. So we can do that. We can put decimal values also, but in reality, in the lab, you have to consider the standard value. Then this is R2. So R2 value is coming out to be 171 as per our calculations, 171.25 kilo ohms. Then RD value, let me check. RD value is 20.1. 20.1K. This is, we change the name to RD. And last one is RS. We right click, change the name, and RS value is 4 kilo ohm. Okay, so we are ready with all the values. And now we have to add the dot model statement. So we right click over here, call it NMOS 1. And we right click, go to draft, go to spice directive and start writing the statement. Dot model. Then we will write NMOS 1. Then the reserve word NMOS. Then the threshold voltage will be how much it is given over here? 1.2 volt. 1.2 volt. The value of Kn dash is nothing but Kp, which is 80 microamperes, which is 80 raised to -6. Then we have W. We consider W to be, let's say, 4 micrometer. So 4 UM is the 4 micrometer. L will be 1 micrometer. So L by 4, W by L ratio will be 4 over here. So this dot model statement, we will add it onto the schematic like this. Okay. So now we are ready to simulate the circuit. So what we will do is go to simulate, click on run. But before doing that, we'll label the gate terminal. We'll also label the source terminal and the drain terminal. So we right click over here and call it capital D for drain terminal. This will be capital S, representing the source terminal. And now we click on simulate and we click on run. We select the DC operating point, click OK. And you are getting the drain voltage, gate voltage, and source voltage. So let us check that voltages. So over here, the source voltage is -4.025. And here it is coming as, we have to select the value of RS as 3.9, let's say. Yeah. So now the value of VS is coming out to be -4.025. As you can see, the value of VG also you can calculate. You plug in the value of R2 over here. VG will come out to be -1.575. Okay. Now let us check the remaining parameters. So we'll go to view, check the spice error log. Okay. So now we can check the value of ID, which has to be designed. So ID value has to be 0.25 milliamperes, and it's coming 0.25 milliamperes. VGS is coming 2.45. Well, we also got it 2.45, and then VDS is 4 volt. Whether they have given the value of VDS, yes, VDS is coming as 4 volt. So and VTH is 1.2, which we have defined. So all the values are coming correctly. Let us check one more condition. The biasing current flowing through the R1 and R2 register should be 20 microamperes. And if you see over here, it is 2 into 10 is to minus 5, which is as good as 20 microamperes. So all the conditions, all the values are matching perfectly well in case of the design. So our design is correct, absolutely correct. Okay. So RS value, we have to substitute it as, we have take a standard value as 3.9K. Only that change we have to do. Rest all the things are coming in place. ID value is matching, VDS is matching, VGS is matching, and also the current flowing through the biasing registers is coming the same. Okay. So with this, we have verified all the values for design number 1. Let us move on to the design number 2. So for design number 2, we have to design an NMOS enhancement drain feedback bias circuit for the following specifications. Again, we want the VDS value to be 5, IDQ value to be 5 milliamperes. Here the MOSFET parameters are KN is 0.3463 milliampere per volt square and VTN is 1.2. So this is my drain feedback bias over here. And here we have to determine the values of RD and RG. So let's say the circuit is over here and we want that the Q point should be at the center of the DC load line. So for that to happen, we select VDD as twice of VDSQ. So VDSQ is 5. So 2 into 5, that will be 10. So we select the value of VDD in this circuit as 10 volt. Now next we select the value of RG. Now to maintain the high input impedance and to minimize the loading effect, the value of RG has to be kept high. So we select the value of RG as 1 megohm standard value quarter watts. Now we apply the KVL to the drain source loop. We get VDD minus IDRD minus VDS is equal to 0. So from here, isolate the value of RD. So RD value will be VDD minus VDS upon ID. You plug in all the values, the RD value will come out to be 1 kilo. So we select the value of RD as 1 kilo standard and quarter watts. Hence we have the design circuit over here. RD value and RG value are determined now, and also the supply voltage. So now let's check these values in LTSpice. So we have to modify the earlier one, voltage divider bias, to suit our requirement for the drain feedback bias. So what do? Is we will delete these wires, we'll delete the 2 resistors, we'll delete the source over here. Okay, extra source which was coming. And now we require the wire to connect the remaining part of the circuit. Okay, so this is my gate resistance, which is going to the drain terminal over here, correct? And all these are sorted together and they are connected to the ground like this. So I'm modifying the earlier circuit only. And let me rename the values over here. RG, this is RG, which is around 1 mega ohm. RD value, it's coming out to be 1 kilo ohm. This is NMOS 1. The supply voltage is 10 volt over here. And in the dot model statement, we have to modify some values. So over here, the KN value is given and the VTN is given. So over here, we can substitute W by L as 1. So Kn is nothing but Kn dash, which is twice of this value we have to consider. So what do we consider? Is 0. What is twice of 0.3463 into 2? So that will come out to be 0.692. 0.692 e raised to minus 6. Minus 3. Sorry. E minus 3. That is 10 equal, 10 into, 0.692 into 10 is to minus 3. So that's the value of Kp which we have to take. And now we are ready to simulate the circuit. So we'll go to simulate, click on run, close this window, go to view and check the SPICE error log. So when we check the SPICE error log, let's wait. Okay, so the value are proper. VDD as given as 10 volt. Let me check if everything is properly placed. No, the value of yeah, this W and L, let me remove it. So I'll only put 0.692 into 10 raised to minus 3 and VTO is 1.4 volt. Okay, so this is the circuit. Let me check the circuit connections once. Yeah, it is correct. Now let me again simulate it. No, there is seems to be slight problem over here. The values are not exactly matching. Let me check this. This is 1 mega, this is 1K, and oh, the gate, yeah, this terminal, this connection should not be there. Yeah, now the circuit is proper. Okay, earlier the gate and the source terminal were sorted, they are separate out. Okay, that was the error. So let's simulate it again. Now it will give the correct values. Now let's go to edit, go to view and check the spice error log. So here you see the value of ID, which was supposed to be 5, it is 5 milliamperes. VDS is VGS is also 5 because for drain feedback bias, VDS and VGS are same, and VDS is coming as 5 volt. Okay, so this way we have verified that the design circuit is giving the proper values. Yeah, so I think that's it for design number 2 and 1. We have completed the design of MOSFET biasing circuit. So that's all for this session. Next time we'll start with some other topic. So until then, have a good day and thank you.